Hello, good morning or good afternoon, depending of where in the world you're watching. Welcome to the A4Q World Congress on the last day. Today, our first session, we have some very special speakers. I'm not going to take too much of their time because they have a great presentation ahead of you. So we have Helmut Pichler and Georg Ebner. I'm going to pass it on to them now, and then you can start with the presentation.
Yeah. Thanks, Andrea, for your kindly invitation. Welcome in our session. Collaboration is essential and an important success factor in our work if you work in teams. And if co-located cooperation isn't possible, for example, in distributed teams or a situation like now, you need high efficient alternatives to make this possible. Today, we present you how we establish a high-efficient solution for that. For that, we have inserted here an URL, this gonagaro.com/A4Q, where you can join us in our Miro board, where we facilitate our workshop now in the next half an hour. So let's let's switch to the
Miro board.
To the Miro board, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
So we, we want to present how to make running remote workshops a breeze, and for that, who we are, yeah. So I'm Helmut Pichler. My passion is quality. I love to use software and products with good quality. And my goal is to establish a pursuit of quality in the mindset and to find the balance of what is absolutely necessary and what is gold plating. And I'm working at Nagaro as principal consultant for quality. George, who you are?
Yeah, thank you, Helmut. I'm George. I'm working as an agile coach at Nagaro for different customer projects. I'm also working as a Scrum Master, Change Agent, Catalyst, mentor, trainer, all in the field of agile and lean. And my motto is to make people awesome, to work with the teams, to work with organizations, to foster an agile mindset in order to lead the teams and organizations to more productivity. And that makes a lot of fun for me. And yes, that's it in short. Helmut, can you please tell us what's the agenda for today for our workshop?
Yeah, we have a tough agenda because we are so enthusiastic also with this Miro functionality. And we will show you a case of or a couple of use cases what we are preparing with Miro and for our daily work. Then we show you also in detail how we facilitate a workshop or two with Miro, so step by step. Yeah. Then, of course, it's also important for you or helpful for you to show you how to do a making of, how to prepare a Miro board and how easy it is to prepare such board. And then at the end, we prepare a retrospective with you. And I hope the world outside here, which are joining our presentation now, find the Miro board on the internet here, what are inserted with the live the URL, and can also share your experiences and feedback on that. Yeah, and then of that, of course, we give you also some learnings and key takeaways. And at the end, we have a Q&A, of course. Yeah, that's our tough program. And yeah, so George, you run a lot of such workshops with Miro. How you start normally for that?
Helmut, thank you for this question. As you know, usually you should start with an icebreaker. Why? because you give the participants the chance to check in, to create a positive atmosphere, to engage the people, and to do this in the Miro board as well. And this is the first big learning I did in the past, that you don't have to switch now between PowerPoint and Miro. You can do all those things in Miro. So now we have a presentation in Miro, as you can see. I just press the arrow and can move to the next frame. Yeah, and this is an interactive part. So everyone is invited to post a sticky note. On the left side, you can see a toolbar, and one of the most important features is, of course, the N. You can press the N on the keyboard, or you press this feature, this icon. You choose a color. For example, I like the green one. Post it anywhere on the map. For example, of course, I'm here. No, why is this not working? So just write the name inside. My name is George. Move it to the place where you come from and what is your role. So I'm Agile coach. I can say I'm Agile project manager, or I put it in the other section. And you can use other features. For example, I take an emoji. I like this emoji. Put it here on my name. Make it a little bit bigger. And I have prepared a photo of myself, so you can see how I'm looking in my home office. Right now, I'm sitting in the home office. So I invite you to post a sticky with your name. Please place it in the area where you come from and what is your role. And if you have time, just take an emoji. You can find the emojis under the three dots. There is an app called Emojis, or you can also use the icon finder to take each icon. You can upload your picture or just drag and drop from the Windows Explorer or desktop any picture on the Miro board. And this exercise is always good to engage, to motivate, to create a positive atmosphere, to see who is participating, to give the people the chance to check in, for example, to check in on the Miro board, to give the people the chance to play a little bit around with the tool, and so on. Helmut, I would say,
Great.
let's
Yeah,
move on. We can play.
great.
Let the people
see
play
here
around.
I see
Yeah.
a lot of traffic. That's I'm very, very enthusiastic about it. Hello, Stephanie. So I see also some known guests here on our board. That's great. So let's take some words to share screen. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's take a couple of words to who we are. Who is Nagaro? And yeah, we are um, a huge company, yeah, an international company, um, and our portfolio fits perfect to become digital engineer leaders, yeah, and prepare this and have this in our focus. So also, therefore, we help to transform, adapt, and build new ways for business, and also then we are distributed all over the world, focused in Europe, mainly also in India. It's a headquarter in India and also in US. And we are about more than 8,000 employees in total 26 countries. Yeah. Yeah. And one of our slogan and our vision is to make distance irrelevant between intelligent people. And therefore, we prepare and use this Miro to facilitate all these interactions, workshops in distributed way. And we have prepared some examples in which we are working with Miro. And we have here one of the, oops, sorry, that was the wrong button. So I want to show you some examples in the overview. We have here boards for supporting activities. And George, can you tell us some words about these supporting activities? You are a master of that, I know.
Don't say this.
Yeah, that's don't be shy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is my job to make a lot of
Yeah.
workshops, trainings, and sessions with small teams, with 5 people, and also events, bigger events with more than 100 people. Let me say one thing. We use Miro at Nagaro, but everything is also possible with other tools like Mural or Concept Board. So this is not an advertisement for Miro. This is just our favorite tool for using this, but all what we are telling you can also use with the other tools as well. And back to your questions. Yes, Miro is really perfect, as you can see already now, for combining presentation and interaction without switching between tools or different media. Yeah, that makes it really easy. And I think Miro is really, really perfect to invite a lot of people in order to collaborate on one common board. So as you can see, many people can join just by pressing the link, and then you can invite the people, for example, for a brainstorming session. Yeah, if you want to adopt or scale Agile, as an example, you can invite the people and ask them, how do you think we could scale Agile in our company? But you can also use Miro, for example, for bigger events like Christmas parties, like kick-off
Oh, by the way, that
events.
was a really great event, our Christmas party last year. Yeah, that's.
Thank you, Helmut. And
Yeah.
there were a lot of people joining, 125 people, and I worried. Hopefully the performance will not crash on my computer, because 125 people are working on one Miro board and in one call, and yeah, it was working, and that is great. We use also Miro for trainings, for workshops, and of course for retrospectives, if you know the agile way of working, to reflect the past sprint or iteration or the past weeks and month. Then you can use the Miro, especially if everyone is sitting distributed and remotely. Currently we have a difficult situation, so it's very easy to collaborate on one board. Helmut,
Yeah.
we also have the possibility to make technical stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's also one of the advantages of the Miro, and we facilitate also some technical workshops like here innovation workshops. Of course, we are also famous for doing innovation in our company. Thinking Breakthrough Workshop is one of our uh, high performing tool where we create new ideas and together with our customers also lighthouse workshops, emerging technology workshops. Yeah, but yeah, uh, how we can here you see some overview about such mirror boards and looks like really great. Yeah, but George, we have prepared one deep dive in such a board to get the imagination what features are possible and what imaging magic can you prepare in this such boards. Yeah. So
as you remembered, Helmut, it was very difficult to choose one or two use cases, yeah, of all our
yeah, that's
different
right.
boards. Yeah. And I think this is one of the coolest things we did in the past. This was an kickoff event with more than 100 people, and the marketing team and the HR team helped me a lot also in the background. So this is also a learning. Please don't do those workshops alone. Yeah, you always need people in the background who are helping you with creating the Miro board, to facilitate the Miro board, to share the link, to check the chat, and so on. And in the center of this workshop, there was our kickoff location. So the marketing team created a great graphic. And why it was the center of our workshop? Because it represented the theme of this session, and everyone could join and participate and jump from one room to the other room. So we let everyone join on the board. And then, for example, we started with the retrospective. We looked back. So everyone clicked on the green door. There is a link on it. You can link every item in Miro to every item on this board. So if you click on this, you quickly jump to the retrospective frame, and in the corner below, you can see how it looked like after 5 minutes brainstorming. It looked like this. So, for example, I could invite you also, what is the most positive thing of the last 2 weeks? Please take a sticky and write down, what do you think is cool in your company? What do you want to share that is interesting, that is a success for us? And yeah, the board is growing then, and you can imagine, I think. After we finished with the retrospective, of course, we switched back to our location, just press the link on the red door, and then we did some breakout sessions. So in the upper stage or in the upper floor, you can see different rooms. Yeah. And for example, I take one room, jump inside the room, and there was sitting a facilitator for this breakout room, telling about the goals regarding the economics in the company. And then he or she invited the participants also to brainstorm, to discuss, to reflect, to look into the future. And after, for example, 5 minutes, you bring back the people again to the main location, you stop the breakout rooms, and you can consolidate the main outcomes of this session. What is also possible and what I like is you can insert anything, nearly anything like videos or YouTube videos. For example, if you press here, you can see an pop-up menu or a toolbar. And if you click on the left icon source, then there is opening a new tab in the browser. I cannot show you this because my screen sharing is now on the Miro app. So if you like, just press the video, then you can see the toolbar, and then you press the source button and you can see that there is opening the video in a new browser tab.
Wow, great functionality. So then I also bring here some experience also from my side. It's you see here this great functionality and possibilities which offers Miro, and you can spend here hours and hours to prepare such board, and
Of course.
you can explode your creativity, and you see George is a very good example how you can do it in a really great way, and also that yeah make the attendees really in a good mood, yeah, and improve or give them a really good environment to increase the creativity on the topic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's an internal workshop. But also, of course, we want to show you also how we facilitate a technical workshop. Yeah, and therefore we have to switch to an such a breakthrough workshop where we facilitate here. And normally we start here with a team introduction. Yeah. So it should
I asked
be.
Priya to switch to
Yeah,
your
please.
screen,
Yeah.
Helmut.
Okay.
That's also a
Thanks.
learning. Yeah, always switch to the
Yeah.
screen
That was.
share who
Yeah.
is talking, because otherwise I cannot follow you.
But you can also, in the meantime, click on the team
Of course, I
frame.
can do
George,
for
please.
you.
Yeah.
You mean
Okay.
this? Yeah, of
So
course.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we start with a team introduction where that you get an imagination how the teams look like. Yeah. Then we continue here with the agenda of the workshop, that the participants get an imagination what is planned for. Then the next part, I click on the wrong screen. Then we also insert the company presentation, of course, that we show before. We don't go through that. Then also we start with the topic themselves. Yeah. So, for example, for this breakthrough workshop, we present the keynote, some trends in the community. So we have here also present here um, some slide decks here where we can show some details and key features about the topics. Yeah, and finally, the next step is that we jump in and concrete the topic more in detail. Here we present smart services and approach and case studies. Also here, the possibility to present here other or additional informations about this. Yeah, and the goal of that is that we prepare the focus on what we should run next. Yeah, and for that we have here two options. For example, that's on the one hand, IoT platform accelerators, or on the other hand, connected worker and case studies. Yeah, and for that I prepare here a, a voting. You can play, click on the on this thumb up here in the menu list, and I have prepared here some voting sessions. And if you click on the voting for example, I have here prepared some voting session for that, and you can define here. You see in the small window the images what are in the voting scope. Yeah, then you can here choose which image or card or so you want to vote, and you define the duration and the votes per person, and then say start the voting and vote now, and then you see the screen switches, and you see here some plus here on the screens, and you can here press only by a click on the screen, and the counter is here on the right top left corner here. Yeah, and if you say okay, the voting is finished, you click to stop and voting for all, and you get now here after a couple of seconds the result, which voting result is selected from the participants. And you see here, for example, the connected worker case studies have the majority, and so to say, you can see, okay, we have prepared here the next steps here to go more in detail for each of the topics. And due to the fact that connected worker has the majority, I click to the next one where we go more in deep with this topic. Yeah, we've also prepared here a presentation where we have more in detail of the this smart worker case. And of course, also the next one is where we have a lot of case studies prepared in advance, yeah, where we can also present here, for example, then more in detail here for the attendees of the workshop. Yeah, and that's in general the workshop agenda. Yeah, and at the end we also present, of course, all of the screens to the participants, and yeah, that's very great to do that. Yeah, but that looks like very sophisticated, but is it really sophisticated? George, can you show us how the making of such a board looks like?
Of course, Helmut. And as you told us already, it's not so sophisticated. Of course, you need some time to get familiar with the tool, but after some time, after some workshop, it's not so bad anymore to create a board very quickly. For example, if you want to make a retrospective, yeah, you have the typical stages like check-in or the icebreaker, then you let the participants brainstorm, then you make an action plan to define the measures for the next iteration, and then, for example, you make a voting how helpful was the retrospective. And as you can see, we prepared some frames, but let me tell you, Miro is very full with a lot of templates. You can see here hundreds, thousands of templates that you can use. Just type in, for example, retrospective or retro, and then you can see typical formats like the MATZ retrospective or the 4L retrospective. You can look inside how it looks like. You can use the pre-filled template. You can use a blank template. And if you press this button, then you can see after some time there is a template created automatically. And then the only challenge is to make it a little bit bigger and yeah, to post it somewhere you want to change the colors, like we have here, and then you can start. So to use the prepared templates, you can choose, for example, the 4L retrospective. I prepared it already with our branding colors. Then again, give me some time. There is a delay between. So I make it a little bit bigger, and then I would invite the people to participate. So for example, here, what did you like in the today's workshop? What did you lack of? What did you learn? And what did you long for in the past? And
George,
so,
so I see another high interesting icons here, such as sticky pack and the dot part.
of course,
You can also then, of course, by the way, you have hundreds of such templates. Also, the sticky pad is a prepared template in advance. And for such retrospective, of course, you can also prepare this slide deck or this mirror board and prepare also the sticky pads then, for example, also here for the
of course,
participants here. Yeah, that
of course.
they have.
And
Okay.
the main functionality is to create some frames where you can brainstorm, and if you want, if you like, you can make it more beautiful. And as Helmut told us, we prepared some icons from our brand kit. So you can choose our logo, you can put this line, then our core values, caring, then our heart. And you can see with 4 clicks, the board looks more beautiful. But the most important thing is, of course, to prepare the frames for collaboration as best as possible. A learning for me is, as you can see, you can move the template around as long as you lock it. So I can lock it now so that no one can move this frame around anymore. That is very important. Otherwise, you can move it around and that is distracting. So you moved it around. I can see it now because I didn't lock it. There is a frame or a table inside. So I can move it back and press the lock button. So that this is something you need to prepare up front. It's always a good idea to prepare all the frames, to make a dry run, to play a little bit around. If is everything locked? Is everything on the right place? Is everything working? Then make a sync with your co-facilitator or with your trainer. Go through the board, and then after everything is working, you can start the workshop, the training, or the session with all the participants. So as this board is created live, more or less, please be patient that not everything is working right now. So the question is, what did you like in our today's workshop? What could we improve? What did you learn today? What are your learnings? Maybe I can also ask Helmut then. What are your learnings? Are your top 3 learnings?
Yeah, so I prepared here already some cards here. For me, my learning is that there are a huge variance of elements, objects, templates You have a very active community on that, a lot of tutorials and also templates in Miro and also Miroverse. Yeah, you can get imaginations and creativity how it could look like. Yeah, you can learn so a lot of variants. Yeah, then it was also the high efficient navigation options. Yeah, you can here switch from one frame to another to link it and so on. That's the master class then at the end, and of course also the active community around this Miro. That is in hype, and in my opinion, it's really at the beginning because the situation now with this distributed and home offices is now yeah, the situation as it is, yeah, and we have to do business, of course, and that's a really good opportunity to do it. Yeah. Yeah. I've also inserted some learnings. Yeah. Um, that George mentioned that. Yeah, it's easy to step in. You see, you can also facilitate and also insert some notes and so on. But it needs a little bit time and practice to become a champ. Yeah, in that. So don't boring if you move a frame away and back. Yeah, that's really a learning also. But yeah, if you get more practice, then it's more enthusiastic here. Yeah. Also from the preparation is some small little things to add some backgrounds at the very last at the last step. Yeah. Then you have much more flexibility in preparing such board, and also for the tools themselves. Yeah. So allow you to spend you the couple of euros per month and pay a license instead of the free version. Yeah. This provides you a lot of anger and hours and hours for be more flexible on that. Yeah. That's my key learnings in that. Yeah. Do you also have some learnings, George, for your side?
Yes, of course. Maybe the list is too long, but I think the key, I think the key is preparation, as you can see. Yeah, if you want to make a retrospective and you see, okay, we clicked some frames together, but in the end, it should look like this, and this is a really simple, yeah, frame or board. Yeah, you need some time, and you need to prepare a facilitation plan. You need to think about how long you should give the people to brainstorm in each step, and so on. And it's always a good thing that you have at least one dedicated facilitator for doing this. Don't switch too much as a facilitator to work as a facilitator and to brainstorm in the same time. Otherwise, you lose the focus. What are the people doing on the board, or you lose the time feeling, because if you are brainstorming on yourself, then you have no time for the real facilitation. Yeah? So it's always a good practice to have one dedicated facilitator only doing the technical stuff in the background. Yeah. Preparation, facilitator, yeah, some time to play with the tool and play around to get a good feeling. And I also like this statement. I don't know from whom this is coming: a consistent overview and storytelling how to use Miro and its features. As you can see, you never need to switch between those tools, so there is no tool switching needed anymore. You can upload anything, nearly anything. Also, as I can see in this sticky note, and if I understand it right, Of course, you can also integrate Excels, PDFs, Word files onto the Miro board. So you don't have to switch to Excel or to other tools. And of course, Miro is not an Excel tool, not a calculation tool or a planning tool like Microsoft Project or Jira or Confluence. Yeah, Miro is more a collaboration tool. Yeah,
George,
Helmut, you are maybe
I take an eye on the
Of
clock,
course, you are the
and
timekeeper. Yeah.
yeah, George,
Please go on.
I know that's a very, very great tool. So one tip here at the end. Also, maybe you have the rule to put also your initials on the stickies, for example,
Yeah.
that you get an idea who is preparing this of that. Yeah, great. Yeah, so we are at the end of the presentation. So yeah, to conclude this, make a summary. Miro helps you make remote workshops more productive, and really we recommend you try it out. Yeah. So the question was in the slide, in the sticky note before, the costs of these licenses. It depends on the version of the variant of the type of license. So we use mainly the consulting license. This for us the most best fitting version, and it's about 15 to 17 euros per month and license. That depends on the payment restrictions, like monthly or annual payment. Yeah, and yeah, so that was in short our presentation. And yeah, if you need a jump start, contact us, and feel free also to chat now some question and answers. We have now a Q&A session, of course. And maybe we can do these question and answer sessions via the Miro board here. That's easier as in the chat. Yeah.
If you would like, thank you so much for the presentation, Helmut and
you,
George. Very
Andrea.
interesting. I really like the tool. I can see very positive feedback already online. I'm going to put a few of the questions on screen, and I'm going to read them to you if you would like to add them in the Miro board as well.
Of course.
Perfect. So the first one over here is not so much of a question, it's more of a greeting. So we have Dirk Michael Rusher saying greetings from Germany. And then he also said, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
It's very early for us. Yeah.
Then we also have Emna Adiya saying greetings from Tunisia.
Wow.
Yeah. Hi,
Welcome.
Emna.
Hi.
Welcome. Nice to have you on our board. Yeah.
And then we also have Aitor Ortiz de Sarate says hello from Euskadi. I hope I'm saying that properly.
Hello, welcome.
But I see also a question here from Hannes. I'd love to share participants.
Yes.
Stay interactive whole time to give input, comments, votes.
Yep.
Yeah. That's also
He's
a
right.
big advantage on that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Hannes is right. Yeah. He's also a mastermind, Hannes.
Yeah.
He also mentioned afterwards this is really cool, Josh and Helmut. And then we also have Monica that was saying, thank you for sharing your experiences with Miro. Seems to be a useful tool.
Monica, warm greetings from the heart. Yeah. It's a well-known, nice, lovely friend of mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, we have those over here. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah. Okay, so I think I cannot identify some questions about the topic, and time runs out very fast. So maybe we meet next year, next possibility, or only in the world outside. Contact us. We are Nagaro, we are Helmut and George, and we are happy to tell you about Miro and also, of course, this fascinating technologies, innovation breaking through and so on. And yeah, that's the commercial end. Thanks.
I was going to say, in case some of the people want to speak with you later on or have any questions, would they be able to find you in the Congress Hall area today?
Yeah, of course. I will be there in the Gather Town area.
Perfect.
The
So in that case,
speakers corner and also
Mhm.
find you're looking around the Gather Town, mainly the garden or in the relaxed zone. So feel free to contact me. Yeah,
With
on
a
that.
cocktail.
Yeah,
Helmut,
of
right?
course, a virtual cocktail, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, cool.
Great.
so for those that would like to
Thanks,
speak
Andrea.
then with Helmut and George, and you can go to a4qworldcongress.com, and then you can go to the virtual Congress Hall area, and then you can look for him actually in the list. There is a little panel option in the corner, and you can type their names, and then you can look for them in that area, and that way you will know where exactly they're located. And
Okay.
thank you so much for your presentation, George and Helmut. Very interesting. We also
You're welcome.
have in a couple of other groups people saying that it might be very interesting tool for agile coaches. In some of the group I could see as well. We also have another comment here coming very quickly from Stephanie saying thank you, really inspiring.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, thanks.
So
Greetings
you have
from
a lot of
Vienna.
praise.
Thank you.
But that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much to everyone watching. Make sure to go to the virtual Congress Hall area so in that way you can also discuss with them if you have any questions regarding the tool, or also maybe contact them as well separately. Thank you everyone watching. I look forward to seeing you later on today with more presentations, and take care.
Yeah, thank you. Goodbye
Bye.
and servus
Thank you so
from Vienna.
much.
Hi, bye bye.
Goodbye. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.